Just when America has reached a breaking point with division, visionary influencer Danni Benson's I'm Proud of You Sis Bro movement taps into the pulse and heartbeat of a culture radically torn. But this loving mom's voice of reason and calm has received national recognition.
How'd you balance having your children and always traveling with the Yankee organization?
When I became a dad, I said that I would always love like a mother.
I feel like I have to hide certain things or act a different way because I know some people or some kids feel like they have to.
As part of the Chapters Network, Benson brings a weekly show aired worldwide on YouTube and Facebook, and her message is creating positive change. That's Wednesday at 6 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. My name is Danni Benson, host of I'm Proud of You Sis. Please like, share, and follow this amazing show. It's all about women empowerment and also men empowerment too. You know, once in a while I have men come in the show and share some gems. I give them their cigars. But it's mostly about women empowerment because, I'm a woman and I have girls and I just like to empower women. But I have a great guest today. I so love Nema because she also loves to empower people. And I've been waiting so long to give her flowers because I think she just is an amazing human. I think everyone's amazing, but she's extra special amazing because she's just here to just empower amazing talent, and she just finds so many amazing talents, people that needs to be spotlighted that you would probably normally not see. But Nema is from South Florida, one of my favorite places to go. So basically she is a promoter in New York City, but an extraordinary promoter because there's a few women in this New York that I can say is a fabulous promoter. I mean, she promotes these amazing parties that I used to love going to before COVID. And I mean, this was the parties to go to. Like when Nema was having a party, that was the only time that I'd be like, okay, I am not going anywhere the next day because I am going to Nema's parties because her parties are amazing. Okay. And it's not that many women I can say that are promoters in New York City because they're just so inundated with so many men that when I see Nema, I'm just like, wow, you know what? I mess with her because this is like a man's world. And to see like a woman is just a beast in what she does, I just so associate with like women who are beast in a man's world because it's so hard because, men see us as like frail and fragile and they're just like, what are you doing in our world? So it's like, you got to wear like, multiple hats when you play in a man's world because you have to earn their respect. And also you have to make sure that you make sure, especially they respect you because you can't really play this little game with them because you have to earn the respect right away because if you don't earn a man's respect, I feel like sometimes they'll never respect you. So it's either you get the respect now or you never get the respect at all. But I want to say Nema's Boom Boom Boom, a couple of months ago, we saw like one of these amazing artists that she had there. Her name was, I don't want to say her name because I don't want to spotlight. There's so many great artists. So I don't want to say this person's name because there's so many great artists. But I'm so sad because she moved to LA and I miss her so much. And I want her to come back to New York, but she has to go to LA because she has to, I tell her all the time, she has to like, spread her wings. People who are amazing have to spread their wings because when you get comfortable like in one place, that's not good because you have to like grow because in growing, it makes you uncomfortable, but it's just like it's like you're a caterpillar and all of that growth and uncomfortability. That's when you become like this amazing butterfly. I don't know. I'm talking, but I want you to meet Miss Nema Kamar. Hey, Nema. How are you, Nema?
How are you guys? Danni, first of all, thank you so much. You know I'm terrified of interviews. I have been avoiding this for so long. First of all, Danni asked me a while ago, and I was just like, I want to, but I'm scared because I'm so shy and I don't like to do interviews and talk to people. I'm actually, for a promoter and doing events for so long, you would think I'd be so excited about this, but I'm really shy, you guys. I'm an introvert. But thank you for having me.
You know what's so crazy? I understand that you are introvert because I'm one of those people.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, cool.
It's fine. I understand why you're an introvert because I am a social butterfly, but I'm also like a homebody. I love being at home. I love being with my family. Mm-hmm. But it's like when I'm out there, I know I have to do like the social butterfly thing, but I get what you're feeling. I'm an introvert, extrovert type of person. So I understand what you're saying. But I had to give you your flowers. I've been asking you for a long time. I'm like, girl, we need to spotlight you. You're amazing.
I appreciate it. So are you, woman. Thank you.
You're amazing, and you're doing amazing things. And I'm like, I need the world to know your name. This is Nema Kamar. She's the founder of Nema's Boom Boom Room. She finds so many amazing artists, including Bobby Storm that we saw a couple of months ago for one of my cousin's birthdays. She's amazing. Even Steve Harvey mentioned her name a couple of weeks ago. I mean, she's super amazing. I had to even put her on my page because that's how amazing she was. She serenaded my cousin. Hi, Heidi Mom Point. Because you left early because you were flying to LA. Actually, you were actually moving to the West Coast, so you had to leave early. And I'm so sad about that. But you've been doing the Nema's Boom Boom Room for 10 years.
I have good news though.
I know.
I'm gonna be back in New York
on May 11th.
May 11th, we're having a show in New York. I decided, because so many people asked for me to continue it in New York and keep doing it, because it's something that they actually really like. So we decided to make the show not just bi-coastal, but we're also planning a tour in different states, obviously. So we are planning that. But I will be back in New York on May 11th. So hopefully you can come.
I'm coming. I'm definitely coming to support you because I don't even talk about it. I'm about it. I like to support amazing women like you. Okay. So is that the announcement you had that you are coming back to New York?
Well, no, I'm still going to be in LA. But one of the things I learned from being out here, first of all, when I came out here, everybody told me not to come. Everybody was like, we don't really know how the people in LA are going to take it, if you're going to do well. And I've done 2 shows out here. I've been here for 4 months and both the shows have sold out. And so I was just like, you know what? I can do this in other states. And people are actually calling me and DMing me, say, hey, listen, let me help you do it in Miami or Houston.
Or ATL.
Yeah, I'm actually going to Atlanta to look at spaces in a few weeks, right after the New York show. So I am looking at other spaces, and we are looking to raise the capital to make it a tour.
Yay! I'm so happy for you because you know why? There's so many amazing talents in this country that don't get showcased because it's always like no disrespect to like the Cardi B's and the Beyoncés. I mean, they're just amazing talents in themselves.
Yeah.
But there's so many mom and pop places all over the country that have so many talents. And sometimes they don't get to stand on the long lines of American Idol and America's Got Talent. So now they get to come to you, Nema.
Yeah, I've been really, really blessed with the platform that I have. And this all started because from nightlife, obviously, I was a promoter for a long time. And then I met Jeff Robinson, who is the CEO of MBK Entertainment and part of RCA. And he's the one who helped me start this. Just so you guys know, he manages Her Official. He manages Maida, Tony Stith. I mean, he started with Alicia. He's helped so many artists. Elle Varner, that's how I met Elle. K. Michelle, that's how I ended up on K. Michelle's show. But he really helped me and taught me so much about just how, if you have the platform and if you can help someone else and if you have the relationships, like what good are you if you don't really give back? You know, so I started the show and he knew from the first day that I was going to do this. And I was so scared. I didn't start it until 4 years later. And it's going on 10 years now. So if I can find the talent and help give them a platform to possibly get signed or to get some kind of deal or just to build their fan base, you know, that's what that brings me joy, to be able to help other people.
I mean, and that's what humanity is all about. Like, what is the point of not helping others?
Right.
What is the point of being on this earth and not helping one another? Like, what is the purpose? Like, when I see people that are able to help someone else and they don't, I'm like, why are you even, like, I mean, I respect life, but what is your purpose of even being here?
Yeah.
If you're not, because in helping someone else, you are helping the world to be a better place. You are helping the world to expand. You are helping just to make humanity just into a better humanity, you know? And that's why I appreciate you so much. And that's why I'm so proud of you, sis.
Thank you.
I'm so proud because what you're giving to this earth, what you're giving to your humanity is going to hopefully find the next superstar. It's going to make someone's dream come true. It's going to bring someone some joy, some happiness, or even if they don't make it, it's just finding that piece of coming on stage and giving their talent to the people that are standing in front of them. That's also a dream come true, maybe that they weren't able to do before.
Right.
And you get to give them that.
And on the flip side of that, I feel like when I got to LA, I mean, some people were negative, right? But then a lot of people really, and even in New York, a lot of people really appreciated having a place to go to where they can listen to live music and comedy, and just missing that culture that certain places don't have. So being, you know, when someone comes up to you at the end of a show and they're like, wow, you put on a great show, and, you know, thank you for doing this for the city. Like, that's so dope to me, because, you know, you give the artist a platform, but you're also giving someone something to do on a Tuesday or Wednesday night, you know, to make, you know, whatever, it's a date night or whatever it is. So if I can, you know, make people happy, that's, you know, that makes me happy.
No, you know what? You're so right, because I miss the days of this live entertainment, like live comedy. You remember just because it's so much authenticity in it. Yeah. Instead of it just being in the studio and just being produced in the studio. It's great just seeing comedy that's live. It's great seeing musicians singing live, and it's not auto-tuned in the studio, because that's when you know it's raw talent. And those
I cannot stand auto-tune. I mean, that's one of the requirements of being on the show. You have to submit live music performance. If you can't sing live, you're not getting on the show. And a lot of people get mad at me. I get some mean emails and some mean DMs, but that's just, for me, that's my brand, and that's what I want to stick to. Like, don't get me wrong, there's tons of artists that make it, that are very famous and on the radio, that cannot sing. But nowadays, it's not even about just that. It's about streaming. It's about numbers. It's about how many followers did you pay for. So it's, the music industry is definitely changing. But for me, I want to stick to the classic brand, and, you know, what to me music is really all about.
And when you stick to the authenticity, that's when you know the artist has the longevity, because that's why artists had longevity from years past, because they had actually real talent.
Yeah.
See, when you like, no disrespect to artists of today, you know, because this is a new generation of social media. So you're in and you're out. But the artists of yesterday, the reason that they last for decades was because they really had raw talent. You know, they really knew how to sing, you know, where there wasn't no auto-tunes hiding their voice. They really knew how to play, you know, most of them knew how to play an instrument. Yes. Most of them knew how to write their own music. So their longevity lasted longer because they have these talents within them, you know, and that's why they sold millions of records without, you know, buying streams or all this other stuff that we you know, they do now to make an artist last longer than they really should be lasting for, you know?
And you can tell when someone just has 1 million followers on Instagram and then they say, oh, I want to do your show, and they only sell 20 tickets. Does that make sense to you? So just because you have, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Nema, better yet, those artists can't even sell a whole stadium.
Yeah, I mean, that's way bigger. I haven't reached that point yet, but yeah.
No, meaning like, if you have 1 million followers, why aren't you like selling out stadiums?
Yeah. And that's one of the key points when I book an artist for the show. I make them commit to selling a certain amount of tickets. And, that teaches them, hey, listen, you know what? I didn't do so well. I need to really go back and interact with my audience and learn how to build a real fan base. Because if you can't build a real fan base, like you said, you're not going to have very much longevity in this. You're not going to have any longevity in this business at all. And a lot of the artists get mad. They're like, what do you mean? I have 100,000 followers and I have 50,000 on TikTok and people repost my videos. But you know what? Can you sell out SOBs? You probably can't.
See, that's what I'm saying, because you're right, because likes doesn't mean that they're actually going to take the money out their pocket and actually buy. It's easy just to press a button and just go like, because it's free. I can do that all day long. I can like something.
Yeah.
But does the like turn into profitability?
Not at all. And I see that firsthand. So I can say that I've witnessed it. And I hope that, that they learn this, and I hope that they really, use the show, whether they do well or not, as a learning lesson and as a platform for them to go back and say, hey, listen, I need to, take voice lessons. I need to figure out how to grow my platform in a better way. I need to interact with my fan base. Sometimes you have to do free shows in order to build your fan base. You have to go out and do those things that you're like, oh, well, I'm too good for this. You're not too good for it. You're really not. You really have to learn to build your fan base, a genuine, authentic fan base.
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with doing something for free. I tell a lot of kids all the time, I'm where I'm at because I used to intern for free. There's a lot of value with interning for free, because it's all about building the relationship. Like you do it for free because you get in, and the purpose is to learn what you're supposed to learn, and you're supposed to meet the people that you weren't able to meet because of the fact that you didn't get the job. But guess what? The value is who you're going to meet,
right? And
also what you're going to learn, and also the relationship you're going to be building. Right. So a lot of people's like, oh, I'm not going to do this for free. I'm not going to do it for free. Forget about the monetary. Think about the value of the relationships you're going to build, and so sometimes working for free is so much more you get out of it doing it for free than looking for a paycheck.
Look at Sherry from Rock Nation. She started off as an intern making $25 a week or something like that. And now she's the president of Rock Nation. She put in the work.
And that's what kids need to understand. And maybe us adults are not really communicating that well to them, because maybe we make it look so easy that we're not really explaining like our roots, how we began, because a lot of us all began from the bottom. And a lot of people think that the way they see us, they think that they want to be where we're at. And I'm like, no, you can't really be where we're at, because you don't understand. We worked from the bottom, and a lot of us worked for free before we even got to where we got to. And I don't mind. Look, I don't mind helping people out. I don't mind giving references. I don't mind giving my contacts. I don't mind it at all. But what I have to have people understand is you still got to do the work.
Yeah.
And some people don't understand it. Like they don't understand the fact that you still have to do the work. You're not, with me giving you all the information, doesn't mean that you're going to be where I'm at. You're still going to have to do the work.
Right. That's one thing that I always appreciate about Jeff Robinson. Jeff, when I was at MBK, I was just, I was there to like watch what everybody was doing in the office. and learn from him. I didn't get paid to do any of that stuff, but that's the one thing I feel like a real teacher and a real leader does for you. They give you the tools. They're not going to do your homework for you. When you're interning, they will give you the tools. They'll tell you what you need to learn, but they're not going to go out and do the groundwork for you. And that's one thing, like, as frustrated I would get with Jeff. That's the one thing that I learned, and I was able to eventually do all of this stuff and get the later on my own. Danny, I can't hear you. No, it's a little muffled on the bottom.
Hold on. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Oh, yes, so much better.
No, that's why it's great to have a great mentor, because the things that you learn from a great mentor is invaluable. And that's why I feel that Nema's Boom Boom Room is you're such a great mentor to all of these amazing talents, because you're teaching them so many things. Because nowadays in music, there's no artist development anymore.
It's few and far between. There are some people, but like you said, it's not a lot. I mean, there are a few people that like I still rock with, but they make you take those voice lessons. They make you take those dance classes. They make you say, "Hey, learn to play an instrument so you know how to read music." They're still there, but a lot of people, they don't. It's not what it used to be. Labels just want you to have the package and say, "Here I am. Here's everything that you would have done for me 10, 15 years ago." And then they run with it, not realizing that you really can't sing live, or you really don't have the fan base that they thought you might, because they'll look at your streaming numbers and be like, "Oh, they have a lot of followers. They have a lot of hits." And those streaming numbers are not even real.
Really? So okay. So when you have talent, what advice do you give them after they do your show? To continue on, like if they're like really good, what advice do you give them, like after your show? Like what do you tell them to do if they're really amazing?
Well, there are certain artists like Bobby Storm, for instance. Bobby's just the last of the Mohicans, whether when it comes to singers. She's one of those people that I don't need to tell her nothing. Like she was fire on her own way before she met me. So there's a few artists that are obviously out there that are still like that. But for the ones that are coming up, one of the first shows that I had in LA, I met this young lady, and she was on the show, and she's great. She has a great following, great personality. She's young, she's 19, but her confidence on stage wasn't probably where it needed to be. And I say, "Hey, listen, you need to do as many shows as possible. You need to get up on that stage so you can get more comfortable," because what people in the audience, whether they're in the music industry or not, they can tell when you're not confident on stage. So I don't know if it's whether you need to take a stripper pole class or you need to take a dance class or a salsa class or keep doing more live shows. You need to do as many shows as possible so you can get comfortable on that stage. I can't hear you again.
Yeah, what happens is I think confidence is within. I don't think you could learn confidence.
I might disagree with you on that, because I saw an artist when she first came out, who she was very shy, and years later she's the shit on stage. And you really have to do the work. Like I know like artists that could barely hold a note when they first started. You got to go out and you have to take those voice lessons. You got to get with my guy Craig Berry, who was an amazing voice coach, or people like that, and really work on your craft. It's practice. It's like a sport. If you don't practice, you're not going to get better.
So okay. So what advice do you give to singers that are doing this TikTok thing, are on Instagram, like they're displaying the talents on Instagram, on TikTok? Because like how are you finding these talents? Are you on TikTok? Are you on Instagram? Are you on Facebook? How are you finding these amazing talents?
So I'm not gonna lie, I'm not on TikTok. I'm not really a fan of TikTok. I do find a lot of the artists I stalk YouTube. I stalk people's Instagram pages. Like I love when artists put live, when they sing live on their Instagram. A lot of the artists will go and do covers, and I think that's a great way. You can put up as many music videos as you want. You can send me, what is that one thing that people do? The name of it, SoundCloud. Like you can send me as many of those, your records as you want on SoundCloud. If you don't send me live videos, then I'm not paying attention to you. I'm not, because anyone can record a song. You can record a song, Danny, and you could sound amazing with some auto-tune. You know what I mean? So one of the things I would say is...
So wait, so when you say live, let's clarify. You mean a cappella?
No, I mean, you can sing live with like, you know, a track in the background or with a guitar or someone playing. A cappella is obviously great. But one of the ways that I look for artists is that, you know, how much experience do you have at a live show, you know, on stage in front of an audience? Because again, it goes back to that confidence part, right? Like how much of a following do you have? So I don't necessarily pick artists that are just starting out. I'll go back and say, hey, listen, I don't think you're ready to do the show yet. But the artists that I feel like are ready, I will put them on the show. And, you know, you really have to be at that stage where you have some original music, where you are confident on stage, and you can get through a set without being nervous. Or I had this girl stop the band in the middle of a show once because she forgot her words. Like, you can't do stuff like that. You can't.
Obviously she was nervous.
Yes, again, so she wasn't ready, and that might have been my fault, you know, for allowing her to get up there, because it was a sold out show too.
But did she at least play it off? I mean, because obviously she's the only one that knows the words.
She ended up playing it off, sure.
Okay.
Good. But as far I'm not on TikTok, right? So I will say, like, for Instagram or Facebook, I feel like you guys need to, anything live I will look at, right? The more live stuff that you sent me with you performing at a show with a band particularly is what I look for. And you can tell by looking at videos, you know. I had one artist, just to give you an example, she could not make eye contact for nothing. She was doing that thing with her eyes where she was all over the room, and that's how you tell someone's nervous. It's stupid little things that you notice. So it's just really, you have to practice every single day. Again, it's like a sport. Football players, basketball players, hockey, whatever it is, they're in that gym every single day. And I feel like artists need to do the same thing.
Yeah. To the point that they can do it with their eyes closed. To the point that they're in front of the stage with millions of people, and it doesn't even matter. They don't even see the people. They've done it so many times that they're just doing it. Just like Beyonce. Sometimes I feel like she has blinders on. She just performs.
She's the best. She's the best.
She just performs. I don't even think she sees the people sometimes. I think she's just on.
But then you go back and you look at like what her dad put her through growing up. He put her through every single class, dance class, voice class, he made sure that she had every opportunity to practice. And I don't know exactly too much of her background, but I do know her dad was like, you know, if you want to be the best, you're going to have to practice every day.
I mean, it's the same thing like Tiger Woods. It's the same thing like I just saw Richard King with the Venus. Same thing. You're right. It's all about practicing. It's all about starting. It's all about practice. Just like, you know, it's so funny you say practice, because I think about that basketball player. I don't know what was his name, was Iverson, that was like, I don't practice. You remember when he said some crap like that? He said, like, I don't practice.
I remember that.
He's like, I don't practice. And I was like, okay, you're just one. You're perfect. You don't practice. But a lot of us have to practice.
Yeah, he was 1-1.
One. He was a special one. But a lot of us have to practice. But I want to say thank you so much for coming on I'm Proud of You, Sis. Everyone, Nema is going to be in New York on May 11th. Hopefully you're going to be coming out here once a month. to do Nema's Boom Boom Room.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. But you're also going to be coming all over the country
Yes.
to display and showcase amazing talents. So I'm looking forward to that. I want to give you your flowers. I'm so happy that your brand is growing. And I want to say thank you so much for coming on. I'm proud of you, sis. And I can't wait for you to come back.
I will see you soon, Danny.
Thank you. I will see you soon. Thank you for coming. And thank you everyone for joining us. Bye everybody. Bye, everybody. Thank you for coming. Bye.